In this lecture, we are going to learn about basic image processing using OpenCV. So we will just read an image from the disk and try to analyze the image in NumPy arrays and learn to do some basic image processing like saving into a different format, analyzing pixels, splitting images into several parts so that we can understand how Python deals with image processing. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to launch my Anaconda. Uh, Then I'm going to select the Python 3.6 virtual environment that we created earlier. And then I'm going to open a Jupyter notebook. So it opens up a browser and you can navigate to a folder and you can start creating a new Python 3 notebook. So I'm going to rename this as uh, basic image processing. And we can right away start using the libraries. So we need couple of libraries. We need CV2 that we just installed, and then we import NumPy that we are going to use, and then you can press Shift Enter to run the shell, and the shell has run and the packages have been imported successfully. Now the next thing we are going to do is load an image from the disk. So to do that we just say image from CV2 library. We are going to use imread function and give the path to it. So my file is in the data folder and the name of the file is logo dot png. Let's see if it's able to read by hitting Shift Enter, and let's just print try to print the image dot shape. Okay, it's none, so it's not able to read the image. Let me look at the data to see why it's not loading the image. Okay, I realized by mistake the path was wrong. The logo file in the data current data folder and logo.png. Let me show you the folder structure. Uh, so my code is here. That's the code in the Python notebook where we are writing. There is a data folder in the same folder, and there is a file called logo.png that we will read and try to manipulate. Okay. So once we have read the file, it's going to read into an image NumPy array, and then if you print that, okay, let me run this. So it's going to create a three-dimensional NumPy array. So let me explain on what exactly this NumPy array means. Okay. Okay, so basically an image is an array of pixels. Okay, what I mean by that is, let's consider an image which is of the size of 100 by 100. Okay, width is 100 and the height is 100. Basically what it means is we can divide this image into a rectangular array, okay, which has 100 rows and 100 columns. So this is 0, 1, 2 up to 99 rows, and this is 0, 1, 2 to 99 columns. So the image is divided into a rectangular array, uh, and each array is given a number of 0 to 99 rows and 0 to 99 columns, and this array is comprised of a pixel, right? And each pixel is given intensity between 0 to 255. Like these are the values. Okay. and basically an image is nothing but an array of pixels where each pixel represents an intensity of the image, right? Now in case of grayscale, so this image intensity has a value between 0 to 255. So 0 indicates a complete dark value, right? It's a complete pitch black, and as we go towards right, the intensity becomes low, higher and higher, and it becomes more and more white. So value of 0 represents a black, and value of 255 represents white, and value in between represents a different shades of gray. Okay, so this is fine for a gray scale image which has just black and white color. But in case of color image, instead of having a single value, it is a tuple of three values, which is R, G, B, right? So typical value would be like something like this. It will be a tuple of three values. First represents the intensity of red, so let's say 255. Second represents intensity of green. Again, it's a value between 0 to 55, let's say 100. And third represents intensity of blue color, which represents value of, let's say, 10. Okay, so what does this mean? So let's say if the left pixel has a value of 255.00, this means it's a red color, right? If it has a value of, let's say, 0, 255, 0, this means it's a green color, right? And if it has a value of 0, 0, 255, it means it's a blue color, right? So basically an image is nothing but a rectangular array of pixel value for a color image. Each value is basically a triplet which represents a different value of red, green and blue, whereas for grayscale image it's just a single value. So these RGB values are also known as channels. Okay, you will hear those things very often when you are hearing about the RGB values. We can also mix and match color. So let's say if you want to represent a color yellow, so what you can do is you can mix and match red and green and have a value of, let's say, 100, 100 and 0. This might be a yellow color, right? And this is how you represent uh, an image into a NumPy array. Okay, so it's an array of uh, width, height, and you will also see the number of channels, so which is 3 in this case. This will be the dimension of a NumPy array, okay, which is what we are going to see in our example.